It is so heavy and it's really awkward to carry. It is super long. All right, that's it, it's out. Whew. Hi guys, welcome back. And what are we going to do today? So I want to tilt the cap for the very first time. I never done it. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but can't be too hard. I think there are only a few bolts inside the cap you have to take off, and the air intake and stuff like that. A few hoses in the engine bay. That should be it. I recently bought a cap tilt kit, so that means I can tilt the cap always by myself and I don't need a forklift for it. I have a forklift here, but we're going to take the PTO out today, or like at some point. I just want to have a look at it. I want to see how it works with the cap and stuff. And if I'm gonna get to it today, I definitely gonna try. So over the next few days now, I want to get the PTO out, remove everything from that, and then I want to put the overdrive in. That is, yeah, that's pretty much my goal for the next few days. Then I can start with all the rest. Then is everything done. Like what I want to do, like mechanically inside the engine bay for now. I mean, there's power upgrades coming at some point, but not now. Yeah, I just want to get the overdrive in and the PTO out before I build the box on the tray. Otherwise, I think it's going to be in the way a little bit, and you know, you have to be too careful, and also want to cut the head wall off and weld something on it to, yeah, have the box attached to. So I show you the cap tilt kit and I show you how to tilt the cap, even if I don't know how it works, but I'll take you with me and you're going to learning by doing, right? All right, let's go. Whoop. Camera is dirty. Alright, so I'm about to connect the tilt kit to the truck. The first things you have to do is take these bolts out here. They're like 4, like 2 on each side. Sit in here, take them out, even in the front there. So, and then you also have to disconnect the air hose, like from the air filter, what goes to here. The compressor hose as well, what goes to here, there. So, and the cable for the temperature sensor, which sits here, needs to come off as well. I think that is it for now, but I'm gonna see that when I tilt the cap. And obviously you have to latch these ones in and secure them properly. So there's the pivot point for the cap, and make sure these are all tightened up, because they have long holes in them, so that they slide down and the cap is sliding down. So I also took the sign thingies off here so that nothing comes against here. I'm not sure if that is here in the way, but in theory it should clear that. But I'll make it slow, very slow and easy, and have a look. Yeah, how everything is going. That is already rusting here. That's not very nice. You know, that's all rusted. It's not even that old yet. That bracket here shouldn't rust. Right?
Hi guys, and thank you so much for tuning in this week's episode. I really appreciate it. If you like that content I'm doing, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because you do not want to miss out the next video that is coming. So also watch that episode all the way to the end. I'm gonna announce something special at the end, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching.
Ta-da! Connect that kit to the truck. So what do we have here? That is there's the rope for so the cap is not like flipping over. So that's the steel cable for that, and that needs to be connect it first, I think. Or the first thing we do is connect that. So that is a 3-stage hydraulic ramp, and it gets fitted like that in the truck. That thing is definitely not lightweight. That's it. So on that one, so it just gets pulled in here, and then that spring goes in there, and the top looks like that. Alright, so that one here is the hydraulic pump, and it comes with these 2 bolts in here with wing nuts on it, and they get bolted straight down to that step here. Probably gonna put a ratchet strap around here and then ratchet up to that. Disconnect these first. Has to come off anyway. So let's see how we can get that off. Oh. Alrighty, that was easy. That can stay on. Makes it for the person who buys it much easier to disconnect. So what I did with that grommet here, I cut it open, but you can get that back later on. You can, and then just put a zip tie around it and maybe the silicone on it or something, clean it up obviously, and then that's all good to go. But otherwise, that is so hard, I probably am not getting that over that. Maybe we can also get a new one. And that is the bottom plate of that. So that coming up now. There you go. So that is the lever, obviously, here, like that. The grommet set over that, like that. I mean, you get the idea. Alright, once I put that back together, so we're not going to lose any of it. So that the person who buys that can watch that video and just do everything in reverse. Put it back in. Should probably start a pallet where I'm going to put all that stuff on it. I think that's probably a good idea to do. At that point, it just got way too hot, and I had to set up the awning from the car to get some shade because all the tools been getting so hot from the sun. So yeah, set up the awning and then off we go. Yeah, a little tip when they're taking the PDO out or like putting an overdrive in, they're removing that whole thing. So that means they're disconnecting all the pipes, all the lines from it, like literally everything. And there are a few pipes running, like air hoses and stuff running to it. So to avoid that, you just take that bolt out here in the middle, and then yeah, you can pull that out, and with a little bit of force you just wiggle it up. I just put a ratchet strap around it, was ratcheting it upwards, so, and then I like pulled it out like breaker bar, and then you just tuck it away at the back wall here, so that you don't have to disconnect everything. So it's just one bolt you have to take out, and that is it. Again, we have to be careful with the screws, not losing these. I'm pretty sure the new one doesn't come with it. In theory that should slide in and out, but doesn't matter. For now, need to grease that up as well. Might have broken my finger. It really hurts. If anyone knows a trick to get these ear pipes off when they're on, I can't. I always have to cut them open like that and then bend them down and you can get them off. Otherwise, yeah, I have no idea how to get them off. There's no chance. I don't know. I always cut them. So now we take these out. What size is that? That should be 13. I'm just disconnecting the cables and everything. So, and then I have to disconnect that and pull that out to the front. And then we're gonna take the clutch, the master cylinder for the clutch off. Then we're gonna put a strap around that thing here, and then we get the forklift in. We put tiniest bit of pressure on that. So, and then we undo all the bolts, and then that should come out in theory. And then we have a look. Alright, that's the first one to come out, which we're not going to put back in because we're going to have to take all of them out at some point. So, little tip to take, obviously when the PDO is in neutral, that twists, yeah. So you can't undo these bolts now, yeah. What you do, just engage the PDO. You have to wiggle that a little bit and then push the lever forward. So engage it. So now the gearbox holds the PDO. So now you can just undo these bolts very easy. There you go. So these are only attached with 4 bolts, and yeah, in theory that should come out then straight away. The 2 longer ones are at the back, 2 shorter ones at the front. Now, if you can see in there, can you hold the camera in there? See that there? There's the, if you see that, there's a slip joint. So that means if I pull on that, that should come out. See that? So that means that rod is going to fall down, which I don't want. I'm going to pull that with one side with one hand, and the other hand is holding that up, so that's not going to fall down. So then I slowly down to the ground. And that is that's the PDO pin at the front. Uni joint is pretty good. It's grease on it. Hasn't been used much. It's pretty. Looks good. It's really nice. All right. Here's the second part of that whole thingy. For how to get that out. I need to come out here. But that isn't. No, that doesn't fit. Okay. That actually works. I really thought that was much heavier, but okay, that's the second part. Oh, it's out. All right, we are underneath the PDO now. What we have to do is, that is the clutch master cylinder, so we have to take that out. We have to undo these two bolts, so, and also that hose here, and then we have to bleed the clutch later on, so that all has to come off. It doesn't necessarily has to come off, but I just take for like an extra precaution, because I don't want to damage it, because everything is pretty close to the clutch housing. I take that out just to protect it. Alrighty. Oh yeah.
A few moments later.
Okay. Shouldn't be too much what's coming out here. Alright, I hooked up everything to the forklift now. I double tightened that, so there's double strap on that, and there's another one on here, a big one. Try to make out the center point somehow, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure if that is the center. But I have to take the bolts out now, and then it should come out and up like that. So that's why I rather have a bit more pressure on that side, or like a bit more lifting power on here. So, and then it should come up and it should rotate that way slightly. Oh, that was my thought behind it. I'll leave these two top bolts in for until the very end pretty much, and then yeah, I could go under the truck and take the other ones out. See my little assistant here, they have a little pillow. Thank you, buddy, thank you. Hello. Yes, you're helping me so much. Thank you, buddy. Thanks. Alright. These are the last two bolts. They come out very easy. But so far nothing is moving. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. So that's it. These are all the bolts gone. Oh. Might have to lift it up a little bit. Stop! A little bit quicker. That's it, stop. Stay there.
So finally the PDO is out, but the next problem lies ahead. So my good mate Justin from Brown Bear Components told me to check the clutch and make sure that everything is alright in there and change the bearing inside of the clutch housing. So that's what I'm going to do right now.
What I'm doing now, I have to replace the flywheel. That's the flywheel from the Unimog. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there are cracks, micro cracks everywhere in the flywheel. That one has to be replaced. And also I got the clutch plate here, the pressure plate. So and you see that it looks all like worn out, all of these wet spots on it. So that means that is cooked too. That one I probably can get machined. That doesn't look too bad. Lucky that I caught that now. It's still quite expensive part to replace, and yeah, but it needs to be done. You cannot not replace it. These are fancy bolts, look at these. So, and then I have a problem later on, so that's why I gonna replace it and make sure that's all brand new in here, and then I can forget about it and have a peace of mind pretty much. So gonna take that out now. Oh fuck. That is also what starts the Unimog. There's where the starter motor grabs in and it turns that flywheel, and that starts the engine. Oh, that is heavy. Alrighty, as you also can see, there's the starter motor in here. It pins out and then it starts on the flywheel. Gonna all clean that all out and stuff here, make it all nice and shiny again. Yeah, and I'm gonna pull that bearing out. Gonna replace that. I have a new one already. There it is. That is also, that bearing is still fine, but that is just a cheap insurance. They're gonna replace it. So that is a, what is that, a fucking, it's a $5 bearing, $10 bearing. Replace it, that's it. That is a tool you need to pull that bearing out. It works. There's also, you can also use a slide hammer, but it needs to be that, has to be that grippy at the end. So that works quite well. Yeah, there's the part number on it. You can buy it from Total Tools. Works great, but it's 84 bucks or something. I'm gonna take care of it and we're gonna bring it back tomorrow. So now we got it like 3 days later when we pulled the PDO out, and I'm gonna rebuild the whole clutch and the flywheel. So the pressure plate wasn't too bad, but the clutch wasn't too bad either. So it was, everything was caught early enough, I would say. So the flywheel was had cracks in it. Probably could have been machined and reused, but for me, I don't want to cut any corners. I do not like it. I don't like to make material thinner. Even if it's fine, I know it's fine, but I just don't want to do it. So, and today finally the new clutch plate arrived. So now I have everything. I have everything to put everything back together and finally install the overdrive where I'm just standing on right now. There you go. So I'm gonna show you all the new Mipsy Bipsies I have, and then you help me putting it in. Are you gonna help me putting it in? I probably need to get some shade over the Unimog. It is so hot. Of course, I tried to be early this morning, and you know, I got up at 7 to get going, you know, like get started in the day, organized everything, went to the post office to pick up the clutch plate, and the postie still haven't dropped it off. So I was still driving around with him for ages. Oh well, I have it now. Took me forever to get it, but hey, I got it now. Let's put it together. First of all, it's that one. That is a tool what goes into that bearing here. Yeah, like that. So, and that aligns everything inside, like that aligns the clutch plate. So that goes through here. Yeah, that aligns the clutch plate and everything in the middle of it. So that means that gives you that advantage then later, so that your shaft straight away fits into that and the clutch plate is aligned with it. That's very important, otherwise you will not get your gearbox on. Thanks to Justin from Brown Bear Components, he made that up for me. Great piece of tool. If anyone is in Victoria and needs that one, hey, I borrow you that tool for a box of beer. Alright, next thing you need is a tiny little torque wrench. So that one is one I have now for a while already. I haven't really used that much because so far everything I use the big one I have on the truck. But yeah, that one is now very important because the bolts what go in here, they are 29 Newton meters of torque. So that means you need a tiny little one what can do 29 Newton meters. So, and that one can do that. So that's why I bought that one. Oh, it's a while ago already. I have that now for a few months. So yeah, that's pretty much what you need. Brake cleaner, and then also obviously you need your socket set and all that kind of stuff to put everything back together. And yeah, to get that out, you definitely need a forklift, or I don't know, 4 strongmen probably do the job as well. Yeah, otherwise you need a forklift or a crane, and also to put the new overdrive back in, I think you need that as well. I think that one is a bit lighter, it's a bit heavier than the overdrive itself. The overdrive weighs like 80 kilos or something. That means yeah, you could, I could probably do it by hand by myself, but hey, I have a forklift, so I'm gonna use that. So yeah. Alrighty, let's try it out. The hard part is that thing is so heavy. The hard part is there's a sleeve you have to put the flywheel on, and at the same time you have to align the holes. Can you see it? Probably not. So these holes are not aligned yet. So it's very hard to do, but I'll make it work. Take it off again. Yes, alignment is good, very good. And always good to have is like a rubber hammer. That one has sand in it. It's really good. So now I can take these bolts out again, and then I put a tiny little bit of Loctite on it. The blue stuff, so you can actually get it off again. Just a tiny bit, like that much. That is more than enough. So, and then you screw these ones in with 135 to 150 Newton meters. So that is more than enough to hold that in place. Alright, that's my big boy. I put that down to 140 Newton meters. What you have to do to stop the motor from spinning, what I did is just use a normal M8 bolt. Yeah, don't use the clutch bolts for that. Use a normal M8 bolt and put that in there. And then I jammed my rubber mallet in here like that. So it stops the flywheel from spinning. So and then you can tighten all these bolts properly. Then you remove that again, and then now you're ready to put the clutch on and everything. Alright, next step is you need that little tool here, and then you be careful that you're not touching the clutch plate itself, so then you can hold it with that, so that aligns it inside the bearing, so like that. Now the hard part, the pressure plate. Now I kind of have to lift it and get these in there at the same time. Not sure how we're going to do that. Oh, that was easier than I thought. That's in. One is in, so it can't fall out. Get all the other ones in. And then yeah, you definitely need one of these little torque wrenches here, because these screws have to be tightened by with 29 Newton meters of torque. Not more, you don't need anything, because they come with lock washers anyway, so there should be no problem at all. Oh. So now you see the pressure plate moving. You see that? So that means now it's putting pressure on the clutch. It means also I cannot move that anymore. Doesn't take much to tighten these bolts. So you hear the click. That's it. Let us triple check it. Not that you forgot one. So that's now pretty much my second round when I go around. It's always like a tiny bit in there. Like when you go all the way around, just do it again. It's just takes you 1 minute longer, but it will be good in the end. Last one. Alright, that's it. Now you can pull that out. And that's it. So now everything is back together and should be ready for the overdrive. Yeah, which is a totally different story. Again. So yeah, little tip. When you put all the new gear in, like the new clutch and the new flywheel, new pressure plate and all that, get yourself some lubricant and lubricate everything. Alright, then give that a good wipe down. Okay, that's very important, so your clutch lasts much longer, less wear and tear on it. Alright, that makes everything so much better. Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, that is brake cleaner.
Thank you so much for watching that video, guys. I really appreciate it. As you've seen, we just removed that PDO winch, and that is for one particular reason. We are going to install an overdrive into the Unimog. So that is going to be the most expensive upgrade we're going to do to the truck. So stay tuned. Next week, we're going to put that video up. So subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on that. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. I really appreciate it.